Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Saṇhavācā Nelā Kaṇṇasukhā Pemanīyā Hadayaṅgamā Porī Bahujanakantā Bahujanamanapā Tathārūpiṃ vācaṃ bhāsitā hoti idam pissa hoti sīlasmiṃ ti. May I have the permission from our most venerable teacher and the Mahasangha to deliver today's Dhamma talk. As the topic of the Dhamma talk, I selected a part of the Saṇhavācā Sutta of Dīඝa Nikāya, which presents a guidance for a monk to use his speech. So in Vinaya Pitaka, when we learn about the rules that apply on the speech of a monk, what we learn is what to avoid. For example, a monk should not lie. A monk should not use harsh words. But in Vinaya Pitaka, we don't learn, or the Buddha does not regulate rules on what to do. I mean, what to speak. If a monk should not lie, then what should a monk do instead of lying? What should a monk do instead of speaking harsh words? But in Sutta Pitaka, the Buddha explains the both sides. A very good example is the Saṇhavācā Sutta, the second sutta of the Dīඝa Nikāya, in which the Buddha shows what to avoid and what to do. A monk should not lie. Instead, a monk should always speak the truth. So the part I mentioned earlier as the topic of the today's Dhamma talk focuses on the opposite side of the harsh speech. Parusāya vācāya pativirato hoti. A monk should avoid using harsh speech. A monk should not speak rude words, harsh words. What should a monk do instead? Yāsā vācā Nelā Kaṇṇasukhā Pemanīyā Hadayaṅgamā Porī Bahujanakantā Bahujanamanapā Tathārūpiṃ vācaṃ bhāsitā hoti. A monk should use sweet words, lovable words. Idam pissa hoti sīlasmiṃ. This is also a part of a monk's sila. Usually when we hear the word sila, we always remember the Vinaya Pitaka or the rules that are regulated in Vinaya Pitaka. But sila is not always a synonym for Vinaya Pitaka. It is not always a synonym for rules in Vinaya Pitaka. Sila, the term sila covers all the rules in the Vinaya Pitaka and also the things that a monk is supposed to do, especially explained by the Buddha in the Sutta Pitaka. Idam pissa hoti sīlasmiṃ. The Buddha says that for a monk to not use harsh words, to avoid from using harsh words, rude words, that is also a part of sila. But not only that, using sweet words, speaking lovable, likable words is also a part of a monk's sila. So in the Saṇhavācā Sutta, the Buddha uses seven terms to explain what a sweet word is, what a gentle word is. Nelā Kaṇṇasukhā Pemanīyā Hadayaṅgamā Porī Bahujanakantā Bahujanamanapā. These are the seven words. The first of those, Nelā. Nelā, we can dissect, we can separate the term, separate the noun or separate the sandhi, Nelā, as na, ela. Na is the particle na. Ela means fault, something which is false, something which is not pure. So, ela is a synonym for dosa, doso, fault. Elang uchati doso. This word is not often used in the Tipitaka, so it is little bit difficult to remember when it is used. In the few places it is used. It is used as a synonym for dosa, fault, something which is false. Na ela means faultless, which means pure. A monk should speak pure words, faultless words. What are faultless words? Faultless words are sweet words. The words which are not rude, the words which are not harsh. If a monk or if any person uses harsh words, rude words, then that can make himself, the person who speaks, suffer from the words he used by himself. And those kind of words can make the other person, the person who hears, the person who listens, suffer as well. So it is important for a monk to avoid using faultful words, harsh words, and instead use pure words which are not fault, which does not lead both the speaker and the listener suffer. The second term Buddha uses to explain sweet words is Kaṇṇasukhā. Kaṇṇasukhā. There are two terms in this compound noun, Kaṇṇa and Sukha. Kaṇṇa means ear, Sukha is happiness, comfort. The comfort of the ear. Comfort here refers to the reason for comfort, the cause of comfort. The cause of comfort. For example, in the verse Sukho Buddhanang Uppado, the arising of the Buddhas is happiness, is comfort. Sukho here refers to the cause of happiness, not happiness itself, but cause of happiness. The arising of a Buddha in this world is the largest, greatest cause of happiness for the people. Likewise, in the term Kaṇṇasukhā, Sukha refers to, Sukha does not merely refers to the happiness, but it refers to the cause of happiness. So Kaṇṇasukhā means the words that are the cause of happiness of the listener. We should determine to use words, we should determine to speak words that can cause happiness in the listener. If we determine to do so, and if we do so throughout our day, whenever we speak a word with someone, we can accumulate merits, because you cannot speak such words using lobha mula citta or dosa mula citta or moha mula citta. Surely in your mind will appear maha kusala citta when you speak such sweet words. So we should determine to use Kaṇṇasukhā, the words which can be cause of happiness for the listener, the one who is listening to the words we speak. The third term Buddha uses is Pemanīyā, the words which are lovable, the words which cause love in the listener, the words which cause love to arise in the listener. When we speak gentle words, sweet words, the listener tend to love us. Love here does not refer to the tanha, greed, but it generally refers to the, loving kindness, being a likable, lovable person. So the opposite of using harsh words, when we use harsh words, the listener tend to hate us. He can get angry towards us. But when we speak sweet words, the listener tend to love us. The listener tend to love the words, and also he tends to love the person who speaks such words. So a monk should determine to use such words, the words which are Pemanīyā, lovable. The fourth term the Buddha uses is Hadayaṅgamā. Hadaya refers to the heart. Gama means to go. The words which go into the heart, the words which can enter into the heart. Heart here refers to the mind. The words which can enter into the mind of someone are called Hadayaṅgamā words. So this also refers to the sweet words. When we use sweet words, those words can enter into the listener's heart, listener's mind. So they are called Hadayaṅgamā. A monk should determine to use Hadayaṅgamā words, the words which can enter into the listener's mind, the listener's heart. So the fifth term the Buddha uses is Porī. What is the meaning of Porī? There are three meanings given in the commentary for Porī. The most suitable one, and the meaning given in many dictionaries, is the third meaning. It says the words used by the people in the city, people in the urban areas, which means the people in the urban areas use decent words. The people in the urban areas, and also who are educated, civilized, they use decent words, they use gentle words, they don't use rude words, harsh words. So such words are called Porī. Pura is a synonym for Nagara, city, Pura, city or town. So the words that are used in cities, the words that are used in towns are called Porī. This is the first meaning given in the commentaries. There is another meaning, second meaning. In the term Porī, there is a hidden noun which is Pura. Pura means perfectness, Paripura. The words which are Pura are called Porī, perfect words. That means not the words used by uncivilized people, but the perfect words used by civilized people. This is the second meaning of the term Porī. The third meaning is, the term Porī, the word Porī is used in Pali language to refer to a girl who grew up in a city, a girl who grew up in a town, Porī. Pura means city or town. A girl who grew up in a town is called Porī. Such a girl is a soft person, not like a girl who grew up in a village, in a rural area. A girl who grew up in a city is smooth, soft. So the words which are similar to such a girl are called Porī. That means soft words, smooth words. So these three meanings are given in the commentaries. So a monk should determine to use words which are Porī, that means civilized words, decent words. The sixth and the seventh terms the Buddha uses to explain sweet words are Bahujanakantā, Bahujanamanapā, the words which are likable to many people. Bahujanakantā. Kanta means likable. Bahujanamanapā, the words which are agreeable to many people. Manapa, agreeable. It can also be considered as a synonym for Kanta, Bahujanakantā, Bahujanamanapā. There is no huge difference between these two terms. So a monk should determine to use words which are likable, which are agreeable by many people. So at the end of these 7 terms, the Buddha mentions this statement, idam pissa hoti silasming. Using such words, using such sweet words, lovable words is a part of a monk's sila. So that is not an option for us. We should avoid using harsh words, and instead we must use sweet words, lovable words when we speak with others. That is a part of our sila. We can choose to remain silent. If we speak with others, then we should use such sweet and lovable words. In Pācitya Pāli of the Vinaya Pitaka, under the Omasavada Sikkhapada, in the Musavada Vagga, the Buddha, after teaching the monks a story, a Jataka story called Nandi Visala Jataka. That Jataka story is also, that Jataka story can be found in the Pali itself, not in the Jataka book, but in the Vinaya Pitaka itself. After teaching this Jataka, the Buddha preaches a verse which says, Manāpameva bhāsaya nāmanāpaṁ kudācanam. One should always speak likable, lovable words. One should never speak unlikable, unlovable words. That means harsh words. So, if we use such sweet words as monks, that can contribute our society, our monk community to be a better place, to be a more beautiful place. Actually, in our institution also, in our monastery also, we can see such a community. We can see all of us using such words, but we still can improve ourselves. We can improve ourselves. We can reduce using harsh words more and more, and we can apply sweet words, likable words more and more whenever we speak. So, if we assume a place where all the people mutually speak such sweet words, how beautiful, how nice such a community would be. So we should determine to change ourselves and improve our speech, and then by that we can contribute our society, especially our monastic community, and also the whole society to be a more beautiful, nice place. So let's all of us determine to work, behave according to the Buddha's admonishment, which is Manāpameva bhāsaya nāmanāpaṁ kudācanam. One should always speak likable, lovable words. One should never speak harsh, rude words. And Saṇhavācā Nelā Kaṇṇasukhā Pemanīyā Hadayaṅgamā Porī Bahujanakantā Bahujanamanapā. A monk, as a part of his sila, should always try to speak faultless words, the words which can cause happiness in the listener, the words which can enter into the mind of the listener, the words which are lovable, the words which are decent, and the words which are likable and agreeable by many people. So let's all of us determine to use such words. And with that encouragement, I conclude this short Dhamma talk. So may all the merits accumulated by us by listening to this Dhamma talk, by reflecting on this Buddha's admonishment, may all of us succeed in our monk lives, in our monastic lives. May all of us be able to improve our inner qualities, inner virtues, and may all of us achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.